You having a stressful day and need a few laughs? Well, you come to the right place. Myself, Lyrican, Mr. Tony Raw, and Jimmy Jam are three fathers formerly in the music industry who have a lot to say. So sit back, sip your cup of coffee, and welcome to the shenanigans.
Welcome to the Coffee Break Podcast.
Welcome to episode 3 of the Coffee Break Podcast. It's the Coffee Gang, Brustello brothers in the building with the soy latte in the bottom. How we doing, brothers?
I could not help but laugh at that intro. Oh my God.
I'm coming up with a new one every time. Anyways, I'm Lyrican.
I'm Mr. Tony Raw.
I'm Jimmy Jam.
Cheers, brothers. Cheers.
Cheers.
I'll tell you, I got intros for days from Mr. Mahler over there.
No, I'm sure you do.
Poor guy.
So, how we feeling this episode, guys? How's everybody feeling?
Good. Excited. The last episode sounded great. I'm keep downloading it. It sounds great.
We're going to keep going. It's going to get better every week. And honestly, the camaraderie and the love in between us three is kind of it's hilarious. So, I mean, just keep watching, people. Trust me, it gets better every week.
The over-caffeinated shenanigans, man. So, let's start off with our former life being in the music industry. We've all had crazy ups and crazy downs. So I would like to know, what is a horror story of your previous DJ life or anything in the music, whether it be DJing, producing, shows, whatsoever. Mahler, do you want to take it first?
Oh, yeah. I got this one all day long.
Oh, God.
30 years. I can't believe that, of doing it as a DJ for weddings and private parties. The one that comes to mind every time somebody asks me, what kind of horror story have you had? I was DJing down in Paradise at like a VFW or something or Legion, something like that. And the bride and groom were getting ready to cut the cake. Back then, I was 19. Kenny G released E, and that's the CD I used to play for dinner music.
Wait, how's it again? Wow.
So I used to play Pat Benatar, Hit Me With Your Best Shot. And the groom did. He nailed her with the best shot he had. And I think it knocked her down, if I remember correctly, but she had cake up her nose so far. She got up, punched him in the face, walked out, sat on the stoop for like 3 hours smoking cigarettes, saying how much she hated him. Meanwhile, I didn't know what to do, so I looped Kenny G for 3 hours. I said, they're going to make me feel uncomfortable. I'm making everyone in this room feel uncomfortable.
Oh, that's great.
So eventually they mended. They came back in. We finished the reception, and who knows where they're at today. So,
or if they're still together, who cares?
I mean, I was a year into it. So 29 years later.
Great start.
Wow. All right, Mr. Tony Raw. I know you have a bunch from having to splice together power cables to all sorts of shenanigans. But what do you got?
I got plenty of horror stories DJing for so many odd years.
Whose role is that?
That's an inside joke, and we will not comment on that, Tone.
Nope.
But if you spend time in Wrightsville, Pennsylvania, when I was DJing there, that was a popular saying. But anyway, I think, not a horror story, but we did a prom. Actually, Mr. Lyrican here was my host for the prom. Was it at Harrisburg High School? Was it Harrisburg?
Lower Dolphin?
Something like that. It was in Harrisburg. It was, we got booked, and Tone was the host because, he's just that guy. And I was DJing, and we kind of never thought about, we're just going to rock a prom. You know what I mean? Rock out, just play hard all night. And well, we kind of forgot that there was a dinner time. Like these kids actually came in and sat down to eat and hang out and chat and converse. And of course, my music library was not well versed in easy listening. So me and Tone
Wu-Tang
Panic
Greatest Hits wasn't good for that.
Right, exactly. Wu-Tang Clan. Oh no.
Whoa.
Whoa.
You don't want to start a food fight here, guys.
Anyway, so me and Tone kind of panicked. We looked at each other like, well, we got time. What do you want to do? Let's go to Target or whatever. Where did we go to Target? I think we went to Target.
Yeah.
Whatever was close. Target, yeah. Whatever was close. And so we're running through to run to the music CD section because we needed something to play. Because
we were literally running too.
Literally in the store like a bunch of morons. And we just so happened to walk by an aisle, a little a showcase on the side, and it was just a bunch of CDs. And there was two soft dinner music and
easy listening music.
Yeah, easy listening. I'm like, this is gonna have to do. Like, whatever's on this, we're gonna play it. So we buy the CDs, we run back, we get back just in time, and I pop in these stupid CDs, and no one noticed the difference. But thank God there was a Target down the street, because if not, we would have been playing Wu-Tang's Greatest Hits.
The one with Kenny G.
You know what? I could have played Kenny G and probably got ran off stage, but.
The best thing I remember that is we went to Target, we grabbed something to eat, and we shoved it down our throats all before we had to even come back and kids were coming in.
Right. Good times. But we rocked it out. So.
Oh man, I remember as soon as them lights hit low, we turned them fitteds on and we were gone. The ties came flying off. Yeah,
I remember we came in, we were all, suit and tied up all nice, but as soon as we got to turn those party lights on, man, my Yankees hat came on backwards, like the crowd was like, oh, like they changed, you know what I mean? Because we're trying to give them a club atmosphere,
That floor was packed from beginning to the last song we played.
Yeah, it was great. Freaking great. These kids are happy.
Oh, man. I remember, this was early on in my hip-hop career, before I met you. And they booked an event at what no longer exists as the Blue Star. And I was booked to do the graphics, and I was booked to perform. I brought myself. I brought Sick Line. You remember them? And I brought a couple other acts because they were my friends, so they were performing. I tell you what, the whole night was amazing. The place was packed. People were loving. Every act was showing love to other acts, and then it was my turn to go on stage. I get halfway through the first verse, and I look right in the crowd, and the AK-47 is pointing in my face. I'm like, what the hell? So everybody's flying out. Running everywhere. Cops running everywhere. Here, but amongst us, they didn't have a liquor license. They weren't even allowed to have people come in and rent the building.
So they just took over a building and had no.
The owners never had a license, but they had a paper on the wall that said they could sell liquor.
Right.
And I'm like, well, that paper right there says they can sell liquor. I tell you what, though, the people who own that establishment, I know them, and they definitely had to pay up a lot. They lost. They own other facilities, and they lost all their liquor license at all their facilities because of that event.
Jeez.
Dummy.
But I tell you what, it was a great night. Like every act got to perform. People were showing love to other acts. It was the best night that I've had as an independent artist with other independent artists.
Yeah.
And then I get to rap. I was the second headliner.
Good job, buddy. You shut the place down, literally.
Yeah, literally.
Man, Lyrican is good. Everybody's in cuffs.
I tell you, I had the old school airbrush T-shirt with the microphone with the crown on it. It said Lyric. Yeah, it was. I went all out. I even had the Timbs to match, I think. Yeah, back in the day when airbrushing was
for
cool.
What?
To look good all night and not perform.
Hey,
Yeah, exactly.
I had the bib overhauls that were airbrushed.
Of course you did,
I mean,
Mr.
Well,
Bell
she's
Biv DeVoe.
I remember.
Now you know.
I
Here we
remember.
go.
I remember my first time getting you booked for an event, helping you. We won't say the person's name or the location, but at the end
That's
of the
another
night,
story.
it was packed. It was a good
Yep.
night. We had fun. Then the person disappeared. Didn't want to pay Tony,
Magically disappeared.
but somebody
Isn't
knew
that
where
funny how a promoter
somebody knew where somebody lived, and me and my what? Well, she wasn't my wife at that point, and I'm calling Tony the whole night and leaving voicemails on his phone so he can hear everything they're saying.
Yeah.
Eventually, he got his money, but you know.
I'll tell you, I had the same thing happen. I did the wedding, got the whole way through the night, and the groom came over to me. He's like, "Oh, I don't know what to tell you. I forgot my checkbook." I said,
Yeah, sure you did.
You what?" He's like, "Yeah, I forgot my checkbook back at the hotel, and we're only running shuttle buses. I don't have any way to get it back here." I said, "Wow." I said, "You see all those gift cards over there? Start opening them up because you're going to pay me one way or another." That's exactly.
That was smart.
Wow. I like that, Jimmy.
Needless to say, he showed up with a check 15 minutes later.
Wow, isn't that funny?
I would have been like, "Excuse me, everybody here. The groom can't pay for me.
I need you to open your wallets.
Open your wallets."
That was honestly, that was one of the only times I ever almost got stiffed like that. Everyone else, 30 years, never had any trouble. Knock on wood.
Luckily, man. Because
Yeah.
I had a few that
we definitely
attempted to stiff me. But actually, there's still one pending, and I should shout them out. Nah, I won't do it.
Well, hey, Tony, we'll just put it this way. Nobody's night spot is popping right now.
You're right. Nobody's night spot is definitely not popping right now. And there's no one that's
All right. So, Mr. Jimmy Jam.
and there's no best karaoke anymore. They're not the best. I don't know. Anyway, continue. Thank you.
All right. Now that that's out of the system.
Yep.
Us here at the podcast, we would like to hear what the listeners have as their worst employee story. So if you have a story, drop it in one of the comments, drop it on the internet, anywhere so we can read it. Hashtag it, worst boss, hashtag coffee break podcast. Put some hash browns on it and send it to the internet, baby. Send it to the internet.
And if it's good enough, we'll actually, not good enough. If it really catches our eye, then we'll mention it on the next podcast.
Oh, definitely.
Yeah.
So, Mr. Mahler.
Yeah.
How's life going on over there in the world of Mr. Mahler?
Well, let me tell you.
That's what I was waiting for. Well, let me tell you. Keith Henning told me that joke.
Henning is one time. Life's good. Life's really good. I'm very blessed with my family and everyone in it. You think about, did you guys ever have a stupid parent moment?
Ugh.
Like
Got a laundry list.
I mean, I got lucky with Jimmy, but I'll tell you, for those of you who do not know, I was married before, and very wonderful person, and we were married, and she had a daughter who was 5.
Right.
And this was my first go at being a parent figure. And she said, just kind of be yourself. I was like, I didn't know how to act. I didn't know what to do. And so one night we're laying there and I heard this rumble. We're laying in bed and I heard this rumble and I'm like, oh my gosh, did you hear that? She's like, yeah, I did. I said, I'll get up and check, because that's what my dad would have done, So the man of the house, I get up and check.
You gotta be the tough guy.
Yeah, tough guy. And I go downstairs and nothing there. I go down in the basement because we lived in the city. Nothing there. So I come back up, climb back into bed. I said, so did that kind of impress you, the way I took the roll like that to just protect you guys. And she's like, yeah, that was nice of you. All of a sudden there was this black figure at the door. I was like, oh my God, there's someone there. And her daughter goes, I just have to go to the bathroom. So shout out Kayla. She probably doesn't remember that, but yeah, that was.
So how did you say it again, Jimmy?
Oh my God, there's someone there.
I can't help it.
So, Tony, can you picture him walking down the stairs with his chest poked out?
Big tough gorilla. I got this, baby. Oh my God.
I like practically kicked my ex-wife out of the bed, like, go do that. Go protect me.
He went from Popeye to olive oil like that.
Oh, you're telling me I was never so scared in my life. I thought, oh my gosh, I'm going to actually have to defend this family.
I didn't think you had your black belt at that point, did you?
No.
Oh, funny. Oh my God.
Now, Tony, do you want to tell your parent joke of your dolphin maneuvers, or should I?
You know what? I'm just gonna let you do this and just be nice. Just be nice. That's all I ask. Go ahead. You take it. Oh,
I still can't. I still to this day can't remember. I believe it was your birthday.
I think it was. And this is a long time ago, people. A long time. How long? Like, I don't know. How many years ago?
At least 8, 9.
That would be about right. Is this the one I was at?
I think you were there.
Is this the one you guys threw the freaking cake in my face?
The cake.
I shoved the cake in your face.
Oh, now you admit it. I did it.
I did that because we're on Zoom and you can't punch me back.
I blinded you, you bastard.
it was 5 years ago because Tara was pregnant.
Oh, okay. Really?
Wow.
Yeah. Because she wasn't
able, go ahead.
She wasn't able to drink, and she's eye rolling in the back of the video of your face getting covered with nostril full of icing.
Oh my God. I had so much cake. Like I could taste it in my brain. Does that make sense?
the video's somewhere on the internet. I'm pretty sure we'll find it and I'll put it up on here.
Oh, it is.
So
thanks.
I'm pretty sure at that point, Jimmy left and we were finishing up the night and we had to get Tony upstairs. Pushing him upstairs, finally getting him in the room. He's loud, laughing, giggling like a schoolgirl.
Stop it.
Finally getting him into this room and he goes, baby! His daughter's sleeping in his bed and he swan dives, jumps off the ground at least 3 feet, face first into the ground. You hear this dud. And I'm in tears because I'm not trying to laugh loud because there's a baby sleeping right there. And I'm in tears, so I'm running out to laugh. You hear this thud in the house, so people are running upstairs thinking something happened. So finally, I believe it was Justina. Get her. I pick her up and I put her in the bedroom. We finally get you calmed down in bed. I walk down. I go get my stuff. We're saying bye. And then, of course, you see Tony. I escaped. And his boxers running out the front door. Jimmy.
Didn't I say I escaped the warden?
Warden, yeah. And at this point, he proceeds to believe he's Snoop Dogg and Crips walk down the driveway in his boxers.
I'm sorry I left. I am very sorry I left.
I'm sorry I stayed.
Oh my God, it was horrible. I didn't remember much, but when everyone repeated the same exact story to me, I'm like, oh my God, I was such a schmuck. It was horrible. Funny as hell though.
It was great. It was a funny night. It was.
At least you can blame it like you had a few adult beverages. You don't remember that. Me, I do stupid stuff when I am completely sober and and fully aware of what's going on. I'll tell you, I was working up north. My mom calls me and she says, your cousin's husband passed away. He had cancer. They were married. I never met him, so she's like, we're just going to the funeral. If you want to go, that would be great. I was like, well, I'm, up north working, so I'll drive back the day of and go directly to the funeral. So I cruise on down, go to the funeral home. I walk in, I don't see anyone. I thought I was a little early. There was a line, and I thought, like I said, never met him, so I thought it was his family. So I'm walking through. I'm like, "Hi, I'm Jim and Mary Ann's son. I'm so sorry for your loss." And Jim and Mary Ann's son, so sorry for your loss. And I think I did it for like 10 people. And I get up to the casket to pay my respects, and there's about a little white old lady laying in there. Okay, here I was in the wrong funeral. It was next door, so so I make my way into the right funeral, and I tell everyone, asks where I was at, and I tell them, and my uncle, God rest his soul, he's like, "You moron," and he starts laughing, and everyone on the other, the guy that passed away, his side of the family, they're all looking at us because we're laughing hysterically, and
yeah. It's like, what's so funny?
Hi, I'm
Good job, Jimmy.
Jim and Mary Ann's son.
They're like, who the hell is Jim and Mary Ann?
So I did say a prayer at her casket before I left.
Oh, that was
Beautiful.
nice.
Yeah.
So you eventually found your funeral and said hi to everybody else. So how many times did you say hi to some people that day?
I don't remember, because you know how at funerals there's like a line of people that you have to go through, and
Yeah.
get up to the casket and you pay your respects. And I honestly couldn't tell you how many people I shook hands with and said I was Jim and Mary Ann's son.
You might set a record.
My parents are probably listening to this podcast thinking how proud they are of me.
We have such a sweet
brother. Thank God I have a brother, Jeff, that's successful. Somebody had to make something of themselves in the family.
And
That's our idiot son, Jimmy. Okay.
Your dad is probably on the podcast. Is like, that's why we took a picture with Tony Raw instead of Jimmy at that event.
They tried to adopt me. They did. I didn't want to tell you the truth, Jimmy.
I still that picture. For those who do not know, there was a event that we did, Turning the Tables, was very successful, and I was running around doing stuff, and Tony, they were taking pictures. We had a professional photographer there, and the three of us, Eddie Ward, Tony, myself, who were the founders, each had our pictures taken with our families.
Yeah.
Well, I was MIA, so Tony stepped in and had his picture taken with my son and my parents.
And did you feel some type of way?
Yeah. I felt replaced easily.
Oh, poor guy.
That was great. Yeah, I remember that event. You guys definitely did wonderful at that event. You guys did raise a lot of money.
Nuts. The planning was,
yeah,
we did, and it was. Will you do it again, Jimmy?
Not a chance.
Me neither.
There was so much pressure,
and it consumed every minute of our day.
It did for about 3 months.
But it shows you how much goes into planning a huge event like that.
No doubt, man. Crazy. Yeah. I'm thankful we did it, and and we got an award for it too.
The Red Rose.
The Red Rose. What was it called?
The Red Rose Award.
Yeah, Red Rose Award. It's a local award here from the paper or the city or something about throwing this thing, the benefit, and I mean that was cool to see. I got that on my wall, Yeah. But I'm not doing it again. Nope.
For those of you who do not know, it was a benefit for Sandy Hook. When the teachers and students tragically lost their lives, we decided to do something to give back to the community. And it was, 3 local DJs turning the tables against violence. So that's how that's how Eddie came up with the name, because he was really the founder behind the whole thing.
Right.
I'm still trying to figure out how you guys convinced my fat self to run around the track to help raise money for that.
Oh Lord, that was funny.
That was the best.
Thank God I was in minor shape at that point. Now I'd probably die around the first corner.
You did make it the whole way around. That was at Wheatland Junior High School.
Yeah, and while I made it the whole way around, while the other guy barely made it around the second turn.
I don't think he made the first turn.
No, I don't think he did either. Is what it is. Whatever.
Too many fish sandwiches, I guess.
Oh, wow.
That's third.
Let me get a McFish.
That's third.
Horrible.
What else you got for us, Anthony?
So we are 3 episodes in, and I still wonder if Tony Raw still wonders what's that gold record behind your head.
Yeah, I'm still questioning it. I know you got it from some kid.
Oh, Lord.
Anything to pick on me, right, Tone?
Well,
Eventually, we're not going to be in this format. We're eventually going to be in a studio, the 3 of us with a round table, or at one another's houses. We're not sure how we're going to do it yet, but
yeah,
eventually we're going to get away from this platform.
It'll be more, it's going to be great. You'll see.
more interactive, probably some eye rolls from our wives, you know.
I'll get a smack on the head, I'm sure.
I'll get
talking-
drop kicked.
Talking about that, preluding to an event that we're planning at this moment, I have a question for Jimmy.
Oh.
I don't know if we went over this, but how did
Look at his face. Hold on. Look at his face.
I can't stump Jimmy because he has like a catalog of memories in his head, like a filing cabinet that just comes out.
They call me
know.
Rain Man.
Let's go to Kmart. Give me my BVDs. Go to Kmart.
Fucking Watch Wapner. Alrighty then. Let's go.
How did you meet your soon-to-be wife?
Okay. That's a good one. I was actually at a
Keith Henning's house.
I was at a wedding, and she was in the wedding party, and we were talking, and she thought I did a great job. I wasn't really focused on meeting her, and at the time, you know, she her brother was getting married, and she called me to see, you know, what I charged to possibly DJ his wedding, and I was like, "Hey, you want to have coffee sometime?"
Hey.
So she said no.
Man, Jimmy, you got game.
I have none. It took like 3 or 4 times of I don't know if you want to call it begging, but asking her out, and eventually she felt sorry for me and agreed to go for a cup of coffee, and the rest is history.
That was a good cup of coffee.
Yeah.
It turned from turning you down for coffee, and now she supports the Coffee Break podcast. So, you know, full circle.
I'll have coffee in my life.
It all worked out. Good for you.
So I'm trying to think of a question that I know Tony won't know. What's Dawn's favorite color?
Oh, really? We're gonna do this again?
Yeah. Let's hear it. What's Dawn's favorite color?
Blue.
Wow. Is that true? Or
Yeah,
we
after
guessing?
no.
After she
smacked-
slapped me for saying purple.
Well, how did you meet Dawn?
All right, my wife Dawn. I met her in high school. We actually met freshman year in high school, so that would have been 1990, I guess, right, Jimmy? I guess 1990.
Yep.
And we stayed friends. Like we never, like we went out on a date once, but we're like, nah, we're friends. Like, you know, let's just hang. You know, we kept it very friendly throughout the years. She got on, you know, moved on, got married. I moved on, got married. But here and there, we always somehow cross paths or just saw each other on social media. Hey, how you been? Blah, blah, blah. You know, just little updates here and there. And then about 4 years ago, we just kind of, she gave me a call, and I guess she was having a bad day and she needed a friend, literally a friend that would make her laugh. And I was always that guy, you know. And we went out and we laughed and laughed and laughed. And we never stopped laughing. And now, you know, a year and some months later, we're married and we're making some big moves. And it's a blessing. I mean, she's been my best friend. Yeah, right. She's literally, I call her, she's literally been my best friend since high school. So
That's great.
that's where we're at. So it's a blessing. I'm blessed.
And Mr. Anthony, how did you meet your wife?
Geez, it was about 11 years ago. It was an event that I was helping TJ put together at, I believe it was called the Mesmerize. It was a Holiday Inn that had a bar and stuff.
Yeah.
She was a bartender. We threw the event. The event was great. At the end of the night, she's cleaning up, and I helped her clean up, and she tried to talk to me, and I didn't say shit to her.
Sugars, you mean? Sugars!
I didn't say sugar to her. This is when we get to use the beep button. Beep.
Well, I'll do the reverse.
There you go.
But we eventually found, because I did a few events there, and I figured out what her name was and all that stuff, and we found each other on the Book of Face.
I was going to say, you sure it wasn't MySpace?
No, it was not MySpace.
Hey, Tom, can you introduce me?
So
I'm nervous.
We stayed friends for a while, and then eventually we ended up. Oh, she was actually she took a picture of herself cooking, and I asked, she was cooking chicken. I was like, well, where's my chicken? And it started a whole funny conversation because she was like, are you talking about my chicken or my chicken? And we ended up meeting back up, and we hung out, and she's never left my side since.
That's good.
She said, hey, you want to check out my wing?
Chicken wing,
right,
hot dogs and bologna.
Yeah, that too. So good story.
So I won't be getting zapped in the neck. We all know you will. It's electric. Boogie, oogie, oogie.
So did we announce to people what we're thinking about
No,
doing?
we told everybody where we were going, but no one announced what we're doing.
All right, so Jimmy, why don't you announce it, please?
So I'm still not sure we should go with the shock collar. And I think maybe we should go with the pie in the face, whipped cream pie.
The wives want to do the shock collar.
Yeah, the wives want to do the shock collar around our neck. We have to ask or answer a question that is asked upon us. If we do not answer correctly, we get a shock at a low voltage. And each time we incorrectly answer, it goes up and up and up with a higher voltage and a longer shock.
Until we're fried chicken.
I'm more in favor of like a pie to the face. I think you walk around the next day like twitching.
I love my wife.
Looking like Smokey from Friday.
Smokey.
You take it up.
Oh man.
So that's the thing we have planned coming. So
yeah,
stay
That's our
tuned.
Valentine's Day special.
Oh God.
I believe so. So with that, that's the end of episode 3, guys. How do you feel?
Good.
I'm feeling great. I think, like I said before at prior podcast, these are just going to keep getting better and better. And real quick to all the listeners, if you guys have topics or anything that you want us to step on, if there's anything you want us to step on or talk about, just leave it in the comments on any of our social media pages, and we'll most definitely try to step on it. Jimmy,
I want to thank everybody as I always do. We're very blessed, very grateful to have the followers and people that are taking an interest in what we're doing. So thank you. God bless you. And we can't ever say thank you enough.
I mean, we're just here so people can laugh at our shenanigans. So
literally
what we've been doing for 10 years.
Let's keep it
All right,
rolling, baby.
All right, with that, guys, say thank you and goodbye. Cheers.
Bye.
Episode 3 done. Thanks. Got to go.
Bye-bye.
Jimmy, are they pressing next on this one too?
Wait, how did he say it? Cruise on down to the next episode.
This ain't Netflix, dummy. Bye.
Oh, yuggers.
Salute. We out of here.
I want to thank everybody for listening to another episode of the Coffee Break Podcast. Make sure you subscribe to us on your favorite podcast streaming service. And of course, follow us on all social media platforms and like and subscribe to us on YouTube. Thanks for tuning in to the shenanigans.
Thanks for tuning in to the Coffee Break Podcast.